Hey guys, welcome to the MMA Brothers podcast, the newest, baddest, and best podcast out there. And let's get it going. Hello guys, and welcome to the MMA Brothers podcast. My name is Daryl. This is Asher over here, and we're going to be talking UFC Fight Night: Corey Anderson versus Jan Blachowicz. Yes, Corey Anderson is back with another fight. He recently beat Johnny Walker, and now he's back and he's facing Jan Blachowicz, who beat Luke Rockhold in his Jacare in his last fight.
He also beat Luke Rockhold.
He also beat Luke Rockhold, but he fought Jacare after that in a boring 5-round decision. So anyways, these two guys are fighting in the main event, but we're going to start at the bottom of the card. And at the bottom, the first night of the, not pay-per-view, the main card is Lando Vannata versus Yancy Medeiros. So I'm going to start with this one. Groovy Lando, he's a really good fighter. I remember his fight with Tony Ferguson. It was so good. He dropped Tony, I believe. It was like going back and forth, and I thought Ferguson was going to lose that fight, but you know how Tony is. He gets clipped, he comes back, he keeps fighting, and then he ends up winning the fight. So that was a good one, and everybody knows if you're a UFC fan that Lando's a pretty good fighter. He's fighting Yancy Medeiros, who's actually, I think, teammates with Max Holloway. And Yancy is actually fighting at 155. I thought he used to fight at 170. Pretty sure he used to fight at 170. So he's coming down in weight. And Yancy is a guy that can take a punch. If you've seen any of his fights, this guy just takes a beating and just doesn't get knocked out. I'm just like, these Hawaiian guys, I don't know what's in their blood or in their brain, but they can just...
What's in their chin?
Or what's in their chin, whatever it is. They can take a beating. So this one I already know is just going to be an amazing fight. I'm really excited about this one. So stats... Lando's 5'9", Yancy's 5'10", and like I said, at 155, Yancy has a 4.5-inch reach advantage, and then we can go into their stats. So both of them kind of have like a similar KO percentage, submission percentages on Lando's side, and average fight time, Lando fights a little longer. With this fight, even though Yancy is probably the bigger fighter, I think he is, and he has a reach advantage, I'm still going to go with Lando because I think Lando has more fancy strikes and better technique with his stand-up than Yancy does, and he has a higher submission rate, so he can win any which way the fight goes. So I'm going to go with Lando. How about you?
I'm going to go with Yancy. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I really know a lot about these fighters. I don't. But judging off your description, the way I usually base a fight, if I'm not really sure, is I look at the physique of the guy, I look at how he's won, I look at the reach advantage. So if he's won a lot of his wins by 50%, I'm speaking about Yancy, I'm comfortable with him by KO, He wins 53% of his fights by KO. He's got more experience. He's dropped down in weight. He's going to be carrying a little bit more power than him. Mm-hmm. So I really think Yancy's going to take it. He's got a lot more fight experience, if I'm not mistaken. He's got, 21 bouts? He's only at 15, right? Mm-hmm. Those fights have tuned him up for this fight, right? Mm-hmm. Like every fight helps you for your next fight, right? So I really think Yancy's going to take it. And as you said, Hawaiian chins is made of, I don't know what they eat in Hawaii, but it's good stuff.
It's good for fighting, whatever they eat. So anyways, we're going to move on to the next one. So next on the agenda, we have these guys. Again, I can't really pronounce this guy's name. Rodrigo Bontorin.
Rogerio.
Rogerio. I don't know how you pronounce these Spanish names. I can see it's Rogerio or whatever. Rogerio. I don't know. I have trouble pronouncing
Rogerio, bro.
Rogerio. Okay, Rogerio. I have a feeling they pronounce it differently in Brazil. I'm assuming he's Brazilian. Yes, Brazilian. So it's one of those that I don't know how to say his name. But anyways, he's fighting Borg, and this is a fight, man, obviously, at 125.
I think I weighed 125 in grade 6.
Yeah. The Tasmexican Devil, sorry, not Tasmanian. The Tasmexican Devil, Borg, he is, even though he has less fight experience, he's fought like some really, really good fighters at flyweight. And Bontorin, he's ranked number 7 in the flyweight division. I don't know why Borg does not have a number beside his name. That's weird.
I think he's dropped down in weight. I think he used to be in the 35.
Did he? I thought he always fought 125. Could be wrong. But anyways, Borg, I think I'm going to go with him. I'm not going to dive too deeply into this one. We can look at their stats. It seems like the Brazilian has a 4-inch reach advantage. And then if you go to percentages...
Oh my God.
Ooh, this is going to be a little nasty.
Yeah, it's going to be a snoozer. I promise you.
8%
Whenever we watch the smaller guys, no disrespect to you guys, every one of you guys can take the other guy's best shot. You guys just throwing overhands, landing, and nothing's happening. I'm just
it's fast though.
Give me some Ngannou.
It's really fast action though. That's pretty cool. You're gonna see some fast techniques and stuff like that. But anyways, I'm gonna go with Ray Borg, even though he wins 42% of his fights by decision. What are you going with?
I'm gonna go with draw. Fight's gonna be trash. No one's gonna win.
No one ever fights at like 0.0.
Like my level of interest in this fight is like
no one ever calls a draw.
I'm calling a draw.
Anyways,
if you're a betting man, don't listen to me. I'm not responsible for your money, but I'm gonna go with the draw.
So moving on to the next one, two unknown fighters again. Daryl, you can probably say the names better than me if you want to read.
Brok Weaver, Kazula Vargas,
and what's his nickname?
Chaka Tuska.
Chatacuska. Anyways, it's an American against a Mexican. You want to break down the stats?
Yeah, so the American's coming in with a 14-4 record, as you can see. The Mexican fighter has a few less bouts. I would say, about 6 less fights. And I think fight experience is going to be another key factor in here, as well as the height difference, 6 feet versus 5'8". One thing that fighters, if they're not used to fighting longer and bigger fighters, it's going to be hard to gauge that distance, right? Knowing where you can hit them, where they can't hit you, but then it's inverse, because he's the shorter fighter. He only has a 2 less inch reach advantage, yes, but the height advantage plays roles in the clinch work, right? Like if you're bigger, it's much easier in the clinch work. Mm-hmm. If you're smaller, probably much easier to get underhooks, right? So it all depends on when you push him up against the cage and what you're doing. Probably easier to shoot for a double, but he's gonna have a hard time closing the distance against him, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. He's dropping from a bigger weight class, from 70 to 55, mm-hmm. right? So you're gonna see a lot more people doing that, because I just think 170 just has so many killers, and these guys are being real with themselves. I'd rather go fight guys who think they can beat Khabib than guys who think they can beat Usman, because Usman's a big Khabib that you know what I mean. I don't think anyone in 170 has a chance of beating Usman other than Colby.
Yeah, so for me, this fight, I'm going to go with the Mexican, just based off of his stats, even though he has less fight experience. As you can see, look at his KO percentage is 60%, so you know this guy's coming with some power. And yeah, just based off the numbers, I'm going with him. And you're going with...
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Mexican as well. I can't contradict myself, man. I love... When I see that stat of KOs above 50, I'm just like... Because that psychologically plays a fact in the fight, eh?
It's just funny how we both picked the Mexican. The UFC has actually updated odds on the website, which is phenomenal. Thank you. Can give us more insight on how to break these fights down.
Brian probably got to him. Brian understands something. And they need to fix the stuff on the website.
Yeah, the website still needs some work, guys. But anyways, as you can see, Brok, he's a favorite in this fight. So we're picking the underdog for this one. Anyways, we're going to move on to the next one. We have a female fight. We have these two women named Montana de la Rosa versus Marla I'm joking. Marla Romero Borella.
How are you a teacher and you butcher names all day?
I had a couple drinks last night, guys, so don't worry about me. Anyways, so these two fighters, they're unknown to me again as well. So Montana is 10-4, and then Mara has a record of 12-5 losses. She's Italian, and then the height's pretty much the same. Reach is pretty much the same. Let's look at their breakdown in terms of stats. Yeah, no KOs from there. 80% submission, so she's really good at what she does.
Wow.
And she's a little bit all over the board in terms of her wins.
She's a more complete fighter than her. Yeah. You can easily tell.
The Italian has many ways to win. So,
just not to cut you off here, guys. Whenever I like to see stats of how people win, if they're a very submission-oriented person, fights usually tend to be boring, like as a rule of thumb, because what he wants to do or she wants to do is take you down and choke you out. As a person who's a big MMA fan, I like it. Is it for everyone? No. Mm-hmm. So Dana, I don't really know what he's doing with his fight night. He hasn't really put a lot of wow power of people who are going to do, like, they're known for doing some special stuff, because all across the board, only submission artists, right? Mm-hmm. Think of Alexei Oleinik versus the guy, like the bull constrictor. Mm-hmm. All the bull constrictor was doing was just trying to take him down and just darce him or whatever, the head and arm thing. So I don't think she's going to win, because she has way more ways of winning than she does. If it doesn't go down to the ground or she doesn't get a clinch, she's not winning. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go with Mara Romero.
I'm going to pick the opposite. I'm going to go with Montana, because she's a specialist at what she does. She's ranked just one position higher, but I think she might be able to take her down and then win the fight from there. And let's just see who the favorite for that fight is, actually. So Montana is the favorite, and yeah. So we'll see how that fight goes.
Oh my
now
God.
we're gonna move on to the.
This is our day to spice it up for you guys, man, because these are two weird guys, man.
The evening. I'm excited about this one.
I'm not excited.
Diego the Nightmare Sanchez versus Michel the Demolidor Periera. Am I saying that right? Demolidor. Anyways, forget their nicknames. All I know is Diego Sanchez should have retired a long time ago. How he's still in the UFC, I have no idea. I think he won the first Ultimate Fighter that was in the UFC. The first one. And Diego Sanchez has been fighting the UFC, I think for more than 10 years. I don't think I'm wrong when I say that. Right?
Yeah, you can tell he's been fighting
and
for more than
he's
10
a
years.
really weird guy. Like, everybody that has been around Diego, they say like Diego's a weird guy. Like, so
like, he calls John Jones the devil. Like, he's like, I was like, yo, what's this guy talking about?
yeah, like he's super weird. Anyways, and then we got this guy who's a superstar. I don't know if you guys watched his last fight.
Oh God, he's doing backflips.
Backflips.
He did a backflip.
Somersaults.
Okay, so he knocked the guy down, I'm pretty sure. Right? Knocks the guy down. The guy pulls guard. He's like, okay, come into my guard, or he's hurt, whatever. Instead of him jumping on the guy and beating him up, he did a backflip and tried to land heel first and kick
Into his
the
stomach,
guy.
yeah.
Like, I don't know if you guys know, that's ridiculous. I've never seen anyone do it.
Even all the commentators like, what the hell is going on? This guy's jumping off the fence, doing somersaults, whatever.
He's flying kneeing guy.
And it's like the first round. I'm like, bro, there's 3 rounds. Like, you're killing all your energy in the first round.
And then he fought the Canadian, and the Canadian beat him up.
That's the same fight.
Because he gassed out.
Yeah, that's the same fight. Now, the funny thing is that even before the fight started, he was dancing so hard going to the octagon.
He's a party. He's a party.
I know he's a party. Romero has that athleticism too, but you don't see him doing all that trickery and stuff before the fight happens, right? Another thing he did too is before the fight started, this guy, he's doing that like thing on the ground, you know, like how like people spit in their back on the ground. I'm like, yo, this guy must have unlimited cardio, but guess what? He gassed out. This Brazilian is someone to watch.
I'm gonna go with Michel Periera. I don't even care about the stats.
I'm going with Michel as well. Like this one, like if Diego Sanchez wins this one, guys, then a miracle has happened. Like there's no way. There's just no way he can win this one. But let's break down the stats a little bit. So 3-inch advantage for Periera. Fights at 170. Diego Sanchez, I think, has fought as low as 145. I could be wrong. Reach advantage is pretty much the same. And so as you can see here, they're actually pretty much the same in terms of ways in which they can win the fight.
Scroll down. His average fight time is 1 minute 47 seconds.
Yeah, submits guys and KOs guys real quick, bro. That's why he burns all his energy in the first round.
That is the lowest average fight time I've ever seen.
Unless Ronda Rousey probably is, well, yeah.
Brian, we gotta check this. There's no way this guy has only had 2 minutes of average fight time. And how many fights? He's got like 40 fights. Right? Let's go see. No, 31. 30 something fights with 2 no contests. Like, how? How do you have 30 something fights and the average fight time is 1 minute and 47 seconds?
I don't know.
I don't know if that's how long he takes sleeping with chicks or if that's his average fight time. But that's crazy.
It's crazy. But anyways, we're both going with Michel, and we both know that's going to be an exciting fight. He's not going to let us down for that one. And as you guys can see, he's definitely the favorite in this fight. I'm surprised by how close the betting is.
Alright, let's go. Let's get to the most boring fight night main event.
We're gonna get another snoozer, guys.
Please. Guys, I'm sorry. Like, I hate Corey Anderson. Okay? Yo, John Jones been ducking me. Bro, he just fought Dominic Reyes. Does he think he's better than Dominic? There's 0%
John
chance.
has fought like all the legends.
He's fought Rashad.
Corey Anderson? How does that make any sense?
He's fought Cormier twice. He thinks this guy is his kryptonite.
He's like a bum version of Cormier, literally.
Super Get out of here, bro.
Anyways, Corey Anderson, his nickname's Overtime. Before he changed it, his nickname used to be 25-8 Beasting, or Beasting 25-8. He beasts more than 24/7, so he said Beasting 25-8. I'm like, bro, thank you changed that nickname. That was a terrible nickname.
No, guys, like, Corey Anderson's an overall, like, bum. Like, he's just, like, I hate him. Like, I generally don't dislike people, but, like, on the mic, he's trash. His fights are trash. And his trash talk is trash. Like this, that. Like, you guys, What do you think Corey Anderson does well other than putting pressure? He got a lucky knockout against Johnny Walker because Johnny Walker's a freaking idiot and doesn't know how to defend himself. He's just throwing strikes and whatever, looking for flying knees. That if that didn't happen, he's the 5th ranked light heavyweight. He's talking about, oh, Dana doesn't want me to succeed. They don't want me to fight John. Improve your ranking, right? Get to number 1, then we can talk. Go beat Dominic. Go beat someone up there.
Bro, there's a lot of people Anderson hasn't faced yet. There's Thiago Santos, there's Anthony Smith, there's Dominic Reyes, there's Alexander Gustafsson. Like, there's so many people that, like,
that would beat the brakes off him.
Yeah, I understand John has gone through those people, but Anderson hasn't tested himself against that below champion status, you know?
You saw what happened to him when he faced... What's that guy who's branded?
What's his name? OSP.
You saw what happened when he faced OSP?
Yeah.
Got head kicked into oblivion. Yeah. Of course, it can happen again, bro. Hate you, bro.
I just know Jan's not gonna be the one to do it. He's not gonna head kick.
He's gonna left clip him. Corey's gonna come in for a clinch. Jan's gonna break off and clip him like Luke and Luke.
Polish power. Anyways, Corey's got that 1-inch height advantage, and he's got a 1-inch reach advantage, and I got a 1-inch boring advantage.
1-inch boring. Actually, Jan's pretty boring too, man.
That's what I'm saying. It's only by an inch. They're both pretty boring.
Like, yo, Jan's fight versus Jacare, I was like, bro. Bro,
I needed.
Just falling asleep the whole time.
You know what? Here's a joke for you. If Insomnia wants to go to bed, it watches a Corey Anderson fight. No, you don't like it. Anyways, I'm joking. If a sleeping pill, I'm joking. Anyways, so Corey Anderson. If Corey Anderson, he has 0 submission wins, a lot of decision wins, and 36% KO TKO, which is kind of surprising.
You know why it's surprising? Because his last fight before this, it was probably 20%.
Yeah, and that increased in 13%.
And he's only got 18 fights, so one fight really makes a difference if you KO someone.
So yeah, and then Jan has many ways to win, and again, same Luke Rockholds, they increased that little bar over there. But guys, as you can see, average fight is pretty much the same, the decision machines. I'm going to go with Corey Anderson. You know why? Because he's probably going to just grapple and hug and just wrestle Jan to an oblivion, and then be so excited that he won a 5-round decision, and it'd be a super boring fight, guys. I'm telling you, I'm gonna need like Red Bull or like Coke. Like I'm gonna need something to like keep just watching this fight.
Coffee. I'm gonna prescribe him coffee, cocaine, Red Bull, anything that will make your heart just that way you're like, oh my god.
I need something, guys. I need Monster Energy, whatever. I'm gonna be on something when I'm watching this fight, and then tomorrow I'll tell you how I managed to make it through this nonsense. And
if they by the grace of God, if some crazy knockout happens, I still don't apologize, Corey Anderson. I hate your guts. I hope you see this. I hate him. He's so boring. Like, he's bald. He's murked. He's just he's just so waste.
Beastin'.
Anyway. Look at him. Look at this guy.
He's a favorite. So.
Oh my god.
And I already know when he wins, he's gonna talk so much trash.
And you know what happens when he starts talking trash? On my illegal stream, usually when Corey Anderson's fighting, when Serge I hit escape, I close the thing. Don't really need to hear this nigga speak.
Anyways, you guys, you've gotten our breakdown on this fight card. What do you think? Let us know.
Brian, I'd love to hear from you.
Yes, we're not really excited about this one, to be honest. The co-main event, I think, is going to be exciting. But yes, tomorrow expect a post-fight podcast in which we will break down how the fights went. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram, MMA Brothers Pod. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And you can listen to us on any platform which you wish. Spotify, Apple, Google, whatever. We're all there.
Pornhub.
Whatever. Maybe not Pornhub. But yes, any last words?
No, I mean, I hope you guys enjoyed the fight preview. I'm not going to enjoy myself watching these fights. Just to throw that out there, most likely I'm probably going to be sleeping.
Might have to watch the All-Star game, 3-point contest and dunk contest and switch between Corey Anderson.
Like, now ask yourself, would you rather have diarrhea or watch Corey Anderson fight? And I'm talking about explosive diarrhea. Would you rather have that or watch Corey Anderson fight? Actually, I don't know. Because explosive, when it's done, I'm like, ah. When he's done, so I'll leave you with that thought. Comment in the thing, would you rather have explosive diarrhea or watch Corey Anderson fight? Thank you guys for watching. UFC Fight Night Preview, MMA Brothers. Thank you for coming. Bye.